Hi guys, welcome to Movie Chat More, and if you're here for the very first time, welcome. This is a live version and A. The live chat is open. I tried to do this a few moments ago. No live chats came in, so maybe there was a problem with the live chat. Who knows? But I'm back now in this unscheduled event. I did schedule the last one, but maybe that's what's causing the problem with the live chat. Who knows? Anybody watching now? Conspiracy Trifecta. Hey, Conspiracy, my man. Welcome to the chat. Conspiracy, may I ask, with the last chat, with the scheduled one, I know I didn't give anybody much notice. Did you see it? Or was there a problem with the live chat? Was you not able to chat, Conspiracy, in the live chat? Because if that's the case, I'm not going to be able to schedule these things anymore. It's just going to be off the cuff, like now. Welcome to the chat, Conspiracy, my moderator. One of my two moderators. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I wasn't here if it was today. Oh no, this was literally like 5 minutes ago. If you weren't here, you weren't here. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Conspiracy Trifecta says, what are you in the mood to talk about tonight? It's a Q&A. Q&A from the UK. We can talk about movies. We can talk about music. We can talk about wrestling. But it's a Q&A. It's a Q&A. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about the entertainment industry. Oh, and Conspiracy, to answer your question properly, because I think I was a little bit vague the other day. When it comes to David White has joined the room. David White, sup, David, sup, David. Yeah, Conspiracy. To answer your question properly, when it comes to who do we throw out of the chat and allow stay, the best thing to do, Conspiracy, unless it's blatantly obvious these people aren't here to cause problems, unless it's blatantly obvious, yeah, if you can, scroll down, put them on the 300-second timeout, and then I will take over from there. I was very vague in answering that question the other day, Conspiracy. But yeah, the best thing to do, unless it's blatantly obvious, because we do have ribbing. We do have ribbing, and between chatters. I think that's great. So let the ribbing carry on, unless you deem it inappropriate, and then put them on the 300-second. 300-second? Yeah, 300-second timeout, and then I'll take it from there. But thank you, Conspiracy, for being here, and thank you for being a brilliant moderator. Conspiracy Trifecta will do. Thank you, Conspiracy. Conspiracy Trifecta, glad you came back to that, because I wasn't completely sure what you meant by your answer. Yeah, I was very vague. I'm sorry. Yeah. And unless it's unbelievably, blatantly obvious that these fucking idiots show up to cause problems, put them on the 300-second. Yep. put him on the 300-second timeout, and I'll take the will. Conspiracy Trifecta says, is Devontae on the auto ban list? No, not yet. We do get the other night, last week, we had some ribbing between a couple of chatters, and it pardon me, you could have easily read into that, like, hey, these guys are coming to movie chat more just to cause problems. They didn't. They did not at all. So yeah. But any doubts, you're my moderator at the moment, and Daddy TV, but Daddy TV is not here tonight. Stick them on the 300-second mark if you've got any doubts, and this is blatantly obvious. And then you just go down, hide user. It won't say block, it says hide, and get rid of them if it's blatantly obvious. Thank you, Conspiracy. David White says he probably should be. What, Devontae? Yeah, probably. We'll see. David White says, done nothing but cause problems for the whole community. I agree. But I don't want to put pressure on my mods for that. That's down to me at the moment. I don't want to. Yeah, David, that's a good point. He does. That's all Devontae does. But I don't want to put any added pressure onto my mods. I only have 2 mods at the moment. Daddy TV and Conspiracy Trifecta. So I don't want to add any pressure to that. 300 seconds timeout, brilliant. Conspiracy, 300 seconds, brilliant. That's what you do, yeah? Unless it's blatantly obvious. Blatantly obvious. And then 300 seconds and I get rid of them. Hopefully, has that cleared that up, Conspiracy? Hopefully, Conspiracy Trifecta, that's cleared that up. I think it has. Will do, yep. David White says, you can practice on me if you want conspiracy, LOL. You can, all right, you're talking to Conspiracy. No. Conspiracy, don't think it's, yeah, you don't think it's needed, David. David, no, I mean, it's a nice thought. 300 seconds, and unless it's blatantly obvious, we get lots of chatters, and we do. We get lots of chatters just playfully ribbing one another, or banter. It's just banter. Yeah, don't think it's needed, David. Conspiracy Trifecta says, did you end up watching Friday 8? I did. Not that night, because I was so fucking tired. But I watched it, I think 2 days later, or maybe the next day. I had nothing else to do. COVID-19, yeah. I had nothing else to do. So yeah, I watched Friday 8, and do you know what? I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Friday 8. I think for a long time, I've been giving Friday 7 and Friday 8 a hard time. Friday 7, I think, is fine. Friday 8, not my personal favorite, but I really enjoyed it the other day. David White says, movie is fucking trash, in my view, after thinking about it. Well, that's the thing, David. That's the thing, David White. If you're talking about Friday 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, don't think about it. Don't overly think about it. It's just a fun slasher movie. That's all it is. It's just a fun slasher movie. And that would be my advice. Don't think about it too much. Just enjoy it for what it is. That's how I enjoy it. I think Friday 8 could be. I think Conspiracy Trifecta, I think Friday 8 is one of your favorites. Not your favorite Friday film, but I think it's one of your favorite Friday films. Correct me if I'm wrong. Having a can of Stella tonight. Conspiracy Trifecta says, by the way, of the troll cusses, I can't view their comment, so I wouldn't be able to block them. Oh, if they swear, don't worry about it. Leave that to me. Don't worry about that, Conspiracy. Conspiracy Trifecta follows up with top 3, but I haven't watched the new Lions in a while. Well, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason 10, I think that was New Line, and the remake, the 2009 remake. I don't mind. Yeah, the 2009 remake is far better than Jason 10 and Jason Goes to Hell. But I wouldn't. The Friday series for me is 1 to 8. David White says, New Line is often referred to as the house that Freddy built. I love that line, David. I love it. If you watch Deca Shadow, brilliant YouTuber, my favorite YouTuber, Deca Shadow, when he is reviewing the original Nightmare from 1984, he talks about that. New Line Cinema, the house that Freddy built. Well, the house maybe that Freddy saved, because New Line were on their way out until Fred Krueger came along. David White says that's probably why they killed Jason right away when they got the rights. Jason Goes to Hell. With the hand coming up from hell. I mean, Jason was pulled down by those ridiculous looking arms, and the hand, Freddy's glove, pulls the mask down into hell. Maybe. All These Hearts Are Broken has joined the chat. Welcome, All These Hearts Were Broken. Hello, Rich. Hello, All These Hearts Are Broken. Thank you so much for joining the chat. All These Hearts We're Broken. No offense, but do you prefer to be called Dick? No, not really. I prefer to be called Rich or Richard. And no offense taken. All These Hearts We're Broken. I did respond to your query about how long I'm going to be away. Hiatus. Camden Knott also mentioned a hiatus. I don't consider 1 week to be in a I don't consider 1 week to be a hiatus. So if I'm gone for a week, doesn't mean I'm gone forever. Conspiracy Trifecta says that scene was actually thought of on the spot. Doesn't surprise me. Didn't really have a deep meaning at the time, at least. I was going to say Freddy versus Jason. You mean Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, with Freddy's hand? Well, I mean, they had the rights to Freddy and Jason, and at the time, I'm surprised it took him, what was it, 10 years? 1993, 2003? 10 years to make that movie. All These Hearts Were Broken says, should I be a mod also? Maybe one day, maybe one day. At the moment, thank you. If that's an offer, thank you very much. I have 2 mods at the moment, and that's Daddy TV and the Conspiracy Trifecta. But maybe one day. David White says Freddy vs. Jason did take 10 years. It did. After that movie to make. But when Jason grabbed Freddy's glove, everyone lost their mind in the theater. At the end, David White follows up with, at the end of Goes to Hell, when Jason grabbed Freddy's glove. You mean? Yeah, I thought so. I thought, David, no problem. I thought that's what you meant. I mean, when Freddy grabbed Jason's mask, yep. And you hear Freddy, yep. Yep. 10 years. It did. 1993, 2003. It did take him a long time to make that movie. Maybe it was some kind of rights issue. But it can't be any worse than the rights issues they're going over at the moment with the new Friday the 13th movie, if we ever see one. Yeah, 2003. So that was like 3 years before Jason X. So we had Jason X in 2000, I think it was. Freddy vs. Jason in 2003, and then 2009, the Friday the 13th remake, and 2010, the Freddy remake. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I like Freddy vs. Jason. I do too. It's a fun movie. It's just a fun movie. It's the kind of movie I could end this stream in half hour, 40 minutes, and just pull it up and just throw the movie on. David White says, I remember going to see The Matrix Reloaded, and the trailer for Freddy vs. Jason came on, and no one has seen it yet, or even knew it was coming, and we weren't sure what the trailer was. When Freddy and Jason faced off around the fire, everyone flipped out in the theater. I'm not surprised. I'm not saying that movie could not have been better than what it was, but for me, it did what it had to do. The fight scenes between Freddy and Jason are hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. If they're supposed to be scary, then they fouled. Conspiracy Trifecta says highest grossing film from either series. And Conspiracy Trifecta follows up with they played it safe. The highest grossing film from either series. I have no problem in believing that. I mean, when you put Freddy and Jason together, yeah. My favorite Elm Street films are 1, 3, and New Nightmare. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. My favorite Jason movies are Number 4 is my favorite. I love number 6. Yep. I can't really. I mean, I could, but it would take a standalone video to do it. I think I could rate my favorite Jason movies from 1 to 8. Maybe there's a video on my channel where I've done that, but my favorite is part 4. I love part 5. I know part 5 is universally hated and despised, no matter what. No matter what the Camp Crystal Lake Memories DVD says, I know Friday 5 is not the most popular of the series. All these hearts were broken. Thank you for sticking around, my friend. There was going to be a sequel with Ash, Robert England. Let me start that again. All these hearts were broken. There was going to be a sequel with Ash. Robert England said it was so close to being made, but probably a rights issue. Probably. I mean, when you think about the crap they're going through now, just to get a new Friday the 13th, a movie with Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham. Personally, if you bring Ash into the fray, my interest is gone. I'm not a massive Evil Dead fan. So if you bring Ash into a triple threat situation with Jason and Freddy, my interest will go way down. But you're right, all these hearts were broken. It probably was a rights issue. Let's see. David White says it was exactly what everyone thought it was going to be. What, Freddy versus Jason? Yeah, I expected that. The fight scene at the end, or the fight scenes, I should say, plural, were comical, and I really, really enjoyed them. I'm not a big fan of Freddy being afraid of fire and Jason being afraid of water, but it served a purpose for that particular movie. David Wyatt says part 5 was second least grossing upon release. Yeah, we talked about this the other day, didn't we? Part 5. I don't know. I mean, maybe opening weekend. Part 5. All I know is Part 5 broke not new records. If I said new records the other day with Friday the 13th Part 5, then I was wrong. But it broke new ground. I'm not sure what ground they were talking about. Opening weekend, I don't know. Conspiracy, I will get back to your comment. David Wyatt, it's something you're going to have to look into yourself, my friend, because I will watch Crystal Lake Memories again and see just what the fuck they're talking about. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I'm a big fan of Army of Darkness and Ash versus Evil Dead. I know exactly where that's going, and it's a hell yes for me. And there's going to be more. By the sounds of it, it sounds like you're saying there's going to be more Ash versus Evil Dead movies. I wish I could be into those. I envy you. I envy you, Conspiracy, because you're looking forward to those movies. You enjoyed Army of Darkness, and I wish I could too. I just don't. All these hearts, we're broken. 4 opening was bigger. Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me at all his hearts were broken. 4 is my favorite. 4 has become a fan favorite over the years, including me. I mean, if you was to have asked me 20 years ago, when I was 20 years old, I would have said my favorite Friday film is Friday 6. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I mean a Freddy and Jason versus Ash. Okay, so I know exactly where that's going, and it's a hell yes for me. So I haven't heard that conspiracy. Freddy and Jason versus Ash. Also, Freddy and Jason get together against Ash. Well, I don't, from what I know, from what I've seen, I don't fancy Ash's chances. But can he lose against Freddy and Jason? What's that, like a handicap match in WWE? I don't fancy Ash's chances, but it's just not for me. David White says the Part 5 director, yeah, the Part 5 director probably said that trying to flex because everyone hates his movie. Not everyone hates his movie, David. Not everyone hates his movie. I love Friday the 13th Part 5. And it wasn't him who said it. I mean, it was, well, Steinman, something Steinman directed Friday the 13th Part 5, a porn director. It's something I've tried to look into. I've tried to find answers to this, and I can't. We all know. I said it the other day, I think. And if I didn't, I'm saying it now. There's no way Friday 5 could be the highest grossing Friday film of all time. No way. We know it's not. But it broke new ground. What new ground they're talking about, I don't know. I wish I did. And I don't hate. Yeah, Danny Steinman. I don't hate Friday 5. I love Friday 5. I can't give a flying crap if it's Jason or not. I really don't care. We got a guy with in a hockey mask killing off the local residents of the halfway house, and it's close enough. It's for me, it's close enough to a Jason movie. Conspiracy Trifecta says they'll never make it, but if so, I would fully back that movie. So you want Freddy and Jason versus Ash. For your sake, hopefully one day they make it. Conspiracy Trifecta says in the, I can't pronounce that conspiracy, I'm sorry. Necromachion Ex Mortis. Ash is the prophecy one, the chosen one. He'll always win. If you don't believe that, check out the show. It was badass. It's not something I'm going to check. I have no interest in the Evil Dead. The original Evil Dead, from what I've seen, is kind of creepy. But I'm not an Ash fan. It's not something I'm going to look into. But if you want to look into it, you want to, hopefully they make that movie one day for you. I really mean that. I mean, there must be fan movies out there. All these hearts we're broken says, yeah, but it's not Jason. Was just a pile of ashes in Part 5. Yeah. All these hearts we're broken. Yeah. Yeah. The local mayor in Friday 5. He is a Jason Voorhees. He's nothing but his body was cremated. He's nothing but a pile of ash. He is a decent boy. And he plants the town mayor plants the ashtray down in the sheriff's hand, the palm of the sheriff's hand. David White, Part 5 had that annoying couple. Part 5 had that annoying couple. Are you talking about the two that died in the woods? You know what I mean. Conspiracy Trifecta says Necronomicon. Okay. Necronomicon. Again, it's not something I'm going to be into. But if you are Conspiracy Trifecta, that's what counts. X-Mortish. Thank you. All these hearts were broken. Was Roy, though. It was Roy. And had a Michael Myers suit. And blue triangles upon his mask. Yeah, apart from the red here and the red there and there. It was just the blue here and the blue here. Close enough for me. I mean, I really love Friday 5. David White says, with the motorcycle. David White and the part of Stew. Oh, yeah, Junior. Best goddamn stew in the whole world, mama. Best goddamn stew in the whole world. Ethel. See, that's another character I love from Friday 5. It's Ethel. And Junior. You're one of those crazies from the Lindy Bin. My mama's gonna chop you up into itty bitty pieces, my friend. You fucking lunatic. I really love Part 5. You fucking lunatic. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, actually. Yeah, Friday 5. Friday 5 is one of my favorites in the entire franchise. David Wyatt says Evil Dead show was pretty good, not like the movies though. David, I didn't even know they made an Evil Dead show. That shows how much I am into the Evil Dead franchise. I didn't even know they made a show. I know there's been a shit ton of comic books and a fuck ton of something else, but I did not know they made a TV show. Conspiracy Trifecta says, did you check out Dr. Wolfula the other day? I must admit, Conspiracy the other day, I did. I was typing it into YouTube and the phone rang. Dr. Wolfula is the 80s horror movie guy, yeah? The timing, I shit you not, was ridiculous. Conspiracy Trifecta says it was called Ash vs. Evil Dead. Ash vs. Evil Dead. Oh, the TV show. Yeah. It's it like I say, I mean, I could sound like a scratch record. It's just not my it's not my thing. It's not my thing. But I'm not here from Super Chat Valley to tell you, hey, that's crap. If you enjoy it and it's it's part of the horror franchises that you love, then that is what counts. The conspiracy trifecta says he likes, he like an 80s horror host. Be sure to watch the American Werewolf in Paris review. A review on that movie, I could give a review on American Werewolf in Paris, is shit. That's it. American Werewolf London is fucking epic. American Werewolf in Paris is shit. That won't put me off from watching Dr. I was typing in the other day, I swear I was, and the phone went. Dr. Warfula. All these hearts were broken. Did you hear the Kid Rock song? Yeah, that's the one with the strange title. Not yet. I will check out Dr. Warfula before I check out that song. The conspiracy trifecta says, I think it's my favorite review of his. It was the first episode of Phase 6. Does Dr. Warfula come across like Decker Shadow? Because Decker Shadow, despite popular belief, is my favorite YouTuber. So if Dr. Warfula is anything like Decker Shadow, I'm gonna love the guy. All these hearts were broken. Ben asking for So Long Man, but I know you've heard it anyway. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna check out everything, but I'm not gonna check Ben. I'm not gonna check out everything that's recommended. And if you have any delusions into thinking that guys like Jay and Mike, Dave McRae, Decker Shadow, Jimmy Champagne, Lee from Drum Dums, if you think they're going to check out everything you suggest, they're not going to. They don't have the time, and neither do I. But we do appreciate the suggestions. And yeah, Dr. Warfula sounds like my kind of reviewer. But my favorite is Decker Shadow. Decker Shadow is sarcastic, he's funny, he knows his shit. Love Decker Shadow. Just enjoying some Stella Artois tonight. Anybody else enjoy this beer? Like I say, it's a Q&A tonight. I mean, I love it. We're talking about horror movies. We're talking about YouTubers. I love it. Anybody else drink Stella in your part of the world? It's a Q&A, guys. Conspiracy Trifecta says they're both popular in the community. They're not really the same in the sense that Decker has skits throughout his videos. Yeah, I love them. Whereas Doc is a character in itself. The more you mention it, this Dr. Warfula reminds me of Peter Vincent in Fright Night. And I think I've said that before. The original Peter Vincent from the 1985 Fright Night. One of my favorite movies of all time, Fright Night. The more you mention Dr. Warfula, the more he reminds me of Peter Vincent from Fright Night. He's playing a character. I mean, Decker Shadow to a certain extent, but in a very different way. By the sounds of it, is Decker Shadow. That's not him. that's a host to a certain extent. I'm a host. I'm nowhere near up there with the big boys and the big girls yet, but probably never will be. But we host a show and we go off air, and then we just kick back, we put our feet up, and we go to work, and we think about different things. We worry about COVID, and we're hosting a show. So even though I'm not up with like the likes of McRae and Wham and Jimmy Champagne and Drum Dums, we're hosting a show, and there would be no show without you guys. What do we have? Conspiracy Trifecta says his older videos you may not like, but they're nostalgic for me. I like nostalgia. Phase 6 and beyond to now is where I think you'll find it the most enjoyment. Dr. Warfula is something I've got to, like I say, I can't take every recommendation, but it sounds like something that I would very much enjoy. David White, Deca is cool. Yeah, Deca Shadow is my favorite YouTuber. Conspiracy Trifecta says that Michael Myers dancing to the Halloween 2 theme is pretty funny, I must say. Oh, the Halloween 2 dance remix. The Halloween 2 dance remix. I love it. Absolutely fucking love it. Conspiracy Trifecta says Dark has another character named Goulash. You'll come to enjoy him also. Are they both on the same channel? Or do I have to search for them separately? David White says, I love Jim Beam. Jim Beam. That's all I know. Jim Beam is a whiskey. Yep. Do you know what? I've tried virtually every alcohol I can think of. My favorite short is vodka. I don't have it very often because I can't afford it. When it comes to whiskey, if you're talking about that, unless Jim Beam is another YouTuber, if you're talking about bourbon, whiskey, bourbon, same diff. I don't know. I'm not a big whiskey. I can't drink whiskey. I can't stand the taste of whiskey, and whiskey does not like me. Conspiracy Trifecta says, same channel. Oh, that's cool. Goulash has his own reviews and is featured in docs occasionally. Oh, that's kind of like Deca Shadow and the long-haired creepy guy. Yeah, Deca Shadow and creepy. David Wyatt says the making of Dr. Warfula documentary is pretty good. Also, I'd watch that. So Dr. Warfula, the making of Dr. Warfula documentary. Well, this guy must be pretty big. How the fuck have I missed Dr. Warfula for so long? I've been watching these guys for about 4 years. How have I missed it? How have I missed Dr. Warfula for this long? I've seen them all. I've seen them all. They haven't seen me, but I'm not sure how the hell I've missed Dr. Warfula in the last 4-5 years. Not sure how that came about, but thank you for the recommendation. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I've never drank or smoked, so I don't have a say when it comes to that. Yeah, I remember you saying that before, Conspiracy. And good for you, pal. Good for you. All these hearts were broken. He's also getting a movie, if I recall. What the fuck? What? I'm sorry. What? Dr. Wolfula? Oh, come on. Come on. All these hearts were broken. All these hearts were broken. Is it weird? Yeah, weird. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You like Trump when it comes to drinking and smoking, Conspiracy. Oh, you're talking to Conspiracy. You're not talking to me. That's fine. I love it when you guys talk to each other. All these hearts were broken. He's also getting a movie, if I recall. Oh, come on. We're talking about Peter Vincent from Fright Night, aren't we? Hollywood beckons. I have even had to quit Fright Night. I have a $500 savings bond. I take it. You guys, if you know those lines from Fright Night, you're tops with me. David White says, I don't know how Trump is always brought up in these. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, I mean, I'm from the UK. Trump, nobody has asked me. I mean, yeah, people have, I think, in the past, asked me about Trump, but I'm not educated enough in US politics to give you an informed opinion on that. I could give you an opinion, but it's very, 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 very uninformed. It's pointless. It's pointless asking me what I think about Biden and Trump. But it is a Q&A. Tonight we're having a Q&A. Conspiracy Trifecta says, he is the most famous person walking right now, whether you like him or not. That's why he gets brought into every conversation. That's all I'll say. Do you know what, Conspiracy Trifecta? I don't think I could have put that better. I really don't think I could put it better than that. I want to steal that from you, Conspiracy. I want to steal that chat comment from you, Conspiracy Trifecta. He is the most famous person walking right now. Yeah. Whether you like him or not. That's why he gets brought into every conversation. That's all I say. Anyone who wants to know what I think about Donald Trump, take a look, if it's okay, Conspiracy, at Conspiracy Trifecta's comment. David Wyatt says Trump is getting punished by Democrats simply because they hate him. They do. I wish we could just move on. Oh, they will. They will. They already are, aren't they? I know the impeachment is going on, and Trump's second impeachment is going on. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is still going to be a billionaire. He may be what they call a debting billionaire. So, yes, he's a billionaire, but all his money is being thrown around. Nearly spilled my beer. All of DT's money is being swirled around, so his money is never really his own. But we're never going to see Donald Trump on a street corner begging for cash. Conspiracy Trifecta says, fine with me. Thank you, Conspiracy. David Wyatt says they're impeaching him, but it's as much of a joke as the first one is. From what I've heard, David, I would have to go along with that. But my opinions on American politics are not very informed. All his hearts we're broken. Trump doesn't have much debt, I don't think. The last I heard, all his hearts were broken, he's a billionaire. We all know Donald Trump's a billionaire, but his money is moving around constantly. So yeah, Donald Trump is never going to be begging on a street corner. He's a billionaire, but the money is moved around all the time. It sounds weird, but that's what I've heard. David Wyatt says Trump got impeached the first time for something Joe Biden did. See, there you go, David. I haven't got it. I mean, you know that? You're from the USA. Pardon me. I can't comment on that. I'm not from the USA. I don't know enough about that. I can only go from what I hear, and I don't know that. But you're from the USA, David, and hopefully your opinions are informed. David White follows up with, he went bankrupt 4 times. He did? Really? What, Trump? Wow. The bankruptcy in America is a lot. Pardon me, I'll start that again, David. He went bankrupt 4 times, but bankruptcy in America is like a tool they use so people can get a tax break. Doesn't surprise me in the least. Doesn't surprise me in the least, David. All these hearts we're broken says that is legit, but it doesn't matter. But everyone know what's really going on. That's all I say. I don't know what's really going on. Look, I live in the UK, and at the moment in the UK, we are living, I think I've said this before, but I don't mind saying it again. We are living in a post-apocalyptic world. Today, I had a crown fitted in my mouth, and outside the dentist, social distancing, masks, everyone looking scared. Every store opposite the dental office I go to, every store, every bar, closed. And at the moment, it's cold. It's very cold here in the UK. Very cold, and it just seems so post-apocalyptic and depressing. Anyway, Conspiracy Trifecta says the law does have all types of loopholes. That much I do know. For businessmen, laughing my ass off. Yeah, that's true. They created most of them themselves, I believe. These billionaires, they create most of the loopholes themselves, or they have girls and guys who can make money off of their name, and they create a loophole to do that. That's how I understand that. I mean, Donald Trump has even been taken. I think Vince McMahon has removed Donald Trump from the WWE Hall of Fame. I mean, what the fuck Donald Trump was even doing there in the first place, I don't know. But I think Vince McMahon has removed DT from the WWE Hall of Fame. This has turned into a great chat, guys. I'm really enjoying this. We are nearly an hour in, 56 minutes in. Thank you so much for joining the stream. We have All These Hearts Were Broken, Conspiracy Trifecta, David Wyatt. Very intimate little chat. And we also have a guy called Richard from Movie Chat and More. All These Hearts Are Broken says, I wouldn't say created, but a businessman will follow the law completely if it benefits them. Hell, he was criticized for getting around taxes by law. That old Joe passed. So Trump was criticized for getting around taxes by law that Joe Biden passed. Yeah. Conspiracy Trifecta says, it is a good chat. It is, Conspiracy. It is. It really is. David Wyatt says, I was confident in the Boris guy. Were you? I can't read that out without laughing. Wait. I haven't finished. David Wyatt says, I was confident in the Boris guy at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Do you know what? At some point or another, I'm going to have to do a chat about COVID, maybe, because I mean, this is a Q&A, but yeah, Boris Johnson, you were confident in Boris Johnson at the beginning. I wasn't at all. Boris is conservative. I know Trump is conservative. Yeah. Boris was the mayor of London. Did you know that, David? I think you probably do. And he was a pathetic mayor of London. He was crap. He was a joke. Check out YouTube. Not now, stick with my stream. But check out YouTube on Boris Johnson's antics as the London mayor. David Wyatt says, UK politicians don't really seem to have the best interest for you guys. No, they don't. They only care about themselves. They only give a shit about themselves. Frank Wonder, new chatter to Movie Chat More. Welcome, Frank. Frank Wonder. I don't think I may actually, Frank, I may have seen you here before. I can't remember. So welcome to the chat nonetheless. Hi, should I have concerned that there now are tiny mushrooms growing in between my toes? Frank, that's if that's happening, Yes, be concerned, my friend, be concerned. All these hearts are broken. Even Trump was too bad. That trade deal didn't go through. Even Trump. Uh, da, 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 da. Thank you, Conspiracy. 300 seconds. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. 300 seconds. All these hearts were broken. Even Trump was too bad that trade deal didn't go through. I'm not educated enough on the subject to comment on that. My apologies. All these hearts were broken. I'm not educated enough to comment on that particular statement. David Wyatt says Trump is just Trump. He is. He changed the Republican Party to try. No, let me begin that again, David. Trump is just Trump. He changed the Republican Party too, and it pretty much revolves around him. I'm not sure about conservatives, but patriot would be a better word. What, Donald Trump, a patriot? Yeah, I think Donald Trump's a patriot in a very different way from what I've become accustomed to here in the UK. But yeah, I'll say Donald Trump is a patriot in a very different kind of off the wall way. All these hearts are broken says it's like that in the States also, except a select few. But these politicians don't care. We got frontline workers out killing themselves, literally killing themselves. Do you think these guys really give a fuck? No, they don't. They don't give a fuck. They care about getting the economy back on track, but that's going to take multiple decades. So the guys we have ruling at the moment, they don't give a flying fuck because they know they're going to be long retired by the time that becomes or would have become their problem. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I misclicked at first. Sorry. No, don't apologize, Conspiracy. Free that guy, gal, is in 300 seconds. You did the right thing. Don't apologize. You did the right thing. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I think politicians have good intentions when they're going in. It's a good point. But as they get older, they become like the rest. Hard to make change when no one wants it. But yeah, I mean, you know, when a politician first becomes a politician, they may have all these fancy ideas on how to make the country better or how to make, yeah. And then the further they go on, the longer they go on, and they get corrupted by the people around them. I think that's what you're trying to say, Conspiracy. That's the way I interpret it. Yeah, I wouldn't go against that. But you will always have little bastards who always want to be little bastards. And that's the way I interpret that. I mean, here in the UK, when Trump became the president of the United States of America, oh my God. Oh my God. Panic stations. We're going to have a nuclear war. He, him and China are going to go. Oh, it went on and on and on. And it slowed down after a couple of years because no, that wasn't going to happen. Trump, I believe, was for America. I could be wrong. But I don't believe it. Just in case, now, bear with me, just in case Donald Trump was an American for Americans, I don't see the harm in that. If that's the case, I don't see the harm in that. Yeah, we have to trade. Yeah, we have to care about the environment to a certain extent. But I really don't believe there's anything wrong with a politician, especially a leader of a country, caring about the country they lead. That's just the way I feel. David White says it turned out to be great as far as relations with other countries because he poured us out of war. Didn't start any. Signed peace treaties for Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, David, from what I've heard, he wanted to pull U.S. trumps, and he did. Trumps. He wanted to pull U.S. troops out of wars, and to paraphrase Donald Trump, wars in countries that no one's ever heard of. David White and he. I think that could be a follow-on comment from David White. Says, "Oh, okay." David White says he'll never get credit for it either. Well, that's just it. I mean, okay, yeah, I mean, here in the UK, when Donald Trump became president of the United States of America, it was panic fucking stations here in the UK. We were terrified. I wasn't, but the majority of the country was terrified of what Trump was going to do. Look, I've said this before, and I will say it again. Give it until July. For you guys in the USA, all these hearts were broken. I like your shirt, pal. Oh, thank you so much. It's the board-headed eagle, the board-headed eagle. Thank you. All these hearts are broken. I appreciate that. I have a few that's similar. Thank you so much. What was I saying? I can't remember. I can't. I've lost it already. Wait. Conspiracy Trifecta says, pardon me. Conspiracy Trifecta says, hell, everyone was panicked. No one expected it. No, I thought Hillary would win. I'm so glad she didn't. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Give it until July. Give it until July 4th, and then we'll see. And if the vote was legit, and even if it wasn't, we'll wait until America's birthday. Yeah, America's birthday, the 4th of July, Independence Day. And if Biden gets hold of all the states, I'm not even sure if that's possible. I'm from the UK. I'm misinformed. But if Biden has control of all these states, which I don't think he has, but the ones he does have control of, you're allowed 3 people to your 4th of July celebrations. Let's see how popular Joe Biden is then. Pardon me. David White says, based on the debate, Biden is going to ruin the relationship we have with North Korea, and that's what scares me. Well, if Biden does that again, it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. It's like in a way the COVID-19 vaccines or the vaccinations. It's all a waiting game. Wally's Hearts Were Broken says China has already said they're going to stick up for North Korea. So yeah, that's what I'll be worried about. Not North Korea, but who will back them. That's a very good point, Wally's Hearts Were Broken. That's a very good point. David White says, not even Trump expected it. Laughing my ass off. Conspiracy Trifecta says the 2016 election season was pretty incredible. LOL. On YouTube, I watched so many Donald Trump rallies, and this was before the apocalypse, obviously. And I'm not for the USA, but yeah, they were brilliant. Trump rallies, they're like rock concerts. Even last year, a Trump rally, Trump getting off Air Force One to the theme of Eye of the Tiger. Like a rock concert, man. David White, he was, yeah, exactly, yeah, he was like a rock star. David White to the end. And yeah, and one thing I do know Donald Trump said for certain, because I heard him say it so many times, if I don't sound like a politician, it's because I'm not one. But look, Biden, maybe, unlikely, but maybe Biden could be the savior of the United States of America. He could be. He might get COVID under control. He might. In my humble opinion, COVID-19 will never truly be under control from any leader in the world. Wally's Hearts Were Broken, very patriotic. What, Donald Trump? Oh, he is. I agree with that. David White says, what other president sells out arenas? David, I have to agree with that. I do. I mean, Joe Biden, if I'm not mistaken, heavily mistaken, Joe Biden had most of his rallies inside, what was it, kind of like drive-in theaters, and everybody had to sit in their cars. Okay, he's trying to protect people. That's fair enough. We'll wait until July, and then we'll see what Biden does. You never know. He might surprise you. Joe Biden might surprise all of us. Although it's not really Joe Biden, it's everybody surrounding him, and he's the front man. Yeah. Well, his hearts were broken. COVID was as under control as it ever will be. That a joke? And even Biden, once in office, by the way, even said that. Okay, let me read that one more time. All his hearts were broken. COVID was as under control as it ever will be. That's a joke. Yeah. And even Biden, once in office, by the way, even said that. Yeah. I don't think COVID will ever be under control. I mean, we're talking here in the UK about 11 days. I think in 11 days, there's going to be some kind of ruling as to whether or not we can go abroad for our holidays, whether or not we can travel, even not so much abroad, within the UK. 11 days, maybe 11, 12 days. We got scientists, not just here in the UK, but we got scientists all over the world saying, never mind the next 11 days, never mind the next 12 days. It's going to take us 10 years to figure out all the variants of COVID-19. So we're thinking, if here in the UK, I mean, I don't go abroad. I don't travel to other countries, but I do know many people that do. if these guys are still trying to figure this shit out in 10 years' time, what's the point of worrying about the next 11 days? David White says, even Trump said we can't contain it. Mass immunity is our best bet. I've got to agree with that. Mass immunity, yeah. You can't contain this. You can't contain COVID-19. Mass immunity, yeah. And I do know some people that have refused I've heard of some people, I should say. I don't know these people. I've heard of some people who are refusing to have the jab even when their turn comes around. All These Hearts Were Broken says, he kept trying to tell us that we have so many cases because we have so much tests. We have to list cases because we're doing the best. Yeah. Let me read that one more time. All These Hearts Were Broken. He kept trying to tell us that we have so many cases because we have so much tests. So many tests, yeah. We have to list cases because we're doing the best. Okay, because I'm not totally sure what you mean. All These Hearts Were Broken. I'm not going to go into that, but I think I know what you mean. All These Hearts Are Broken follows up with, I think COVID happened to come during an election year for a reason. Okay, that one I don't agree with. But All These Hearts Were Broken, I respect your opinion. You're a great supporter of the channel. I respect that. I don't agree with it. I think I know where you're coming from. I think I do. I could be wrong. I'm not going to go into it. But I respect your opinion. All These Hearts Were Broken. David Wyatt says, to be fair, Trump got thrown a lot of shot in 2020. There was literal riots in the street of people burning down small businesses and Wendy's and looting stores. Yeah, we saw that on the news here in the UK too, yeah. All These Hearts Are Broken. If we only had free tests, we'd only have 1 to 3 cases. Okay, if we only had, okay, All These Hearts Were Broken. If we only had 3 tests, we'd only have 1 to 3 cases. All I can say to that is here in the UK, we have, you probably have it there in the USA too, Test and Trace, the Test and Trace app, which was useless right from the start, and it's even more useless now. Conspiracy Trifecta says, luckily that guy didn't wait his 300 seconds to keep chatting. Well, there you go, Conspiracy. You caught it, my friend. You caught it. Good call. Car Foles, Lucky Tiki Mickey Mingle. Lucky Tiki Mickey Mingle. Carl, before you're put on a 300-second timeout, could you tell us what you're talking about? Okay, conspiracy. Yep. 300-second timeout. That's what to do, my friend. Thank you. If Carl comes back and he has a debate with yourself, actually, no. I mean, you're a moderator here, so yeah. If he gets on your nerves, get rid of him. But we could have some people join the chat that would just rib one another. If you think it's very offensive, if it's blatantly offensive, then the 300-second thing is what to do. No. Conspiracy says I did it before you asked him. Sorry, man. No. At the moment, it's conspiracy trifecta. No reason to apologize. But we will have chatters here that rib one another, and they can call each other whatever the fuck they want. But it's only if it's blatant, very, very blatant, and then 300 seconds, and then I'll deal with them. But so far, my friend, you're doing great. Thank you. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I just thought he was being stupid. Yeah, he was. And it was pretty clear what was going on. Yep. Like I said, you're doing a great job. Thank you. I really appreciate it. David Wyatt says, yeah, you should just wait a little bit next time. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, but you did what you thought was right, Conspiracy. Yeah, give them a little bit more time. I agree with David White when it comes to that one. Give it a little bit more time, but you did what you thought was right. And the 300 seconds, perfect. Perfect, my friend. 300 seconds. They come back. Like you said, they didn't last time, but if they come back, I deal with them. But we will get chatters here ribbing and one another, and that will happen. And only if it becomes extremely offensive, they're gone. The Conspiracy Trifecta, you've done nothing wrong so far. You've done very well, and I really appreciate you being here as a mod and being here as a chatter, as a great supporter of the channel, as I do you, David. All these hearts were broken. Everybody else has joined the chat tonight. I think we're, apart from the idiots, and there's always going to be idiots. It's going to be funny to see if after the 300 seconds they come back. All these hearts were broken. What do you want from the new Friday movie? A new Friday the 13th movie. What do I want from a new one? I don't want a replica of the 2009 movie. But I don't want it to stray away too much. I don't want it to be about Pamela Voorhees. I don't want it to be about the relationship between Jason and Pamela. And I don't want this to be a Netflix series. I want it to be a good, grounded horror movie, tipping its hat to all the Fridays that came before. But don't duplicate what they did in 2009. Make it a little bit grittier, a little bit dirtier. Not when it comes to sex scenes and shit like that. I don't mean dirtier that way. A little, just darker, a little bit more grungy. Do what they did in 2009. Make it about Jason. It's got to be about Jason. If it's about Pamela Voorhees, it's not going to work. A Netflix series, who knows? Who cares? But when it comes to the big screen, we need Jason Voorhees. We need the hockey mask. Make it like 2009, but make it grit. This is what I want to see. Yep. We make it grittier, make it grimier, make it dirtier, and all the polish that was all over the 2009 remake, get rid of that shit. Get that shit out of here and make Friday the 13th scary again. Because to me, the 2019, to me, the 2009 film was not scary. But that's, in my opinion, that's what they should do. If it's going to go to Netflix and it's not a movie, and let's face it, this kind of thing, we have to think about this kind of thing. Halloween Ends may never get a cinema release. Halloween Kills may never get a cinema release. So what are you going to do? If Friday the 13th, the new one, and eventually there will be a new one, we all know that. Pardon me. If Friday the 13th turns into a 10-part series on YouTube Premium or Netflix or whatever, there's so many streaming services. If it turns into that, yes, then maybe go with the Pamela Voorhees thing. If they bring Friday the 13th back to the silver screen, Pamela Voorhees has to be an afterthought. An afterthought. It has to be Jason. It has to be the hockey mask. But it has to be scary. It has to be darker. It has to be grittier. Car Falls says Halloween has the Moki Molikors. Halloween has the Moki Molikors. Car, before anybody does anything, what do you mean by the Moki molecules? Is it molecules? Car Falls. Halloween has the Moki molecules. What do you mean, like Halloween 6 or something? Car Falls, the molecules that makes up a great horror movie. Okay, that's fair enough. I never heard it put that way. I've never heard it put that way, Car. The molecules that makes up a great horror movie. So, Car, what's your favorite Halloween movie? What's your favorite Halloween? What Halloween has the Moki molecules to make your favorite Halloween movie, Car? Yeah, I had a funny feeling. Car Falls, Halloween 6 with Tommy Doyle. I had a funny feeling you might say that. Look, Carl, if Halloween 6 is your favorite, I like Halloween 6. I I I do. I do. But I'm not a big fan of the Curse of Thorn uh, shit. I'm not a big fan of that. But I do love the atmosphere in Halloween 6. It's got a great autumn fall atmosphere. Conspiracy Trifecta says Halloween 6 theatrical seems like just a basic slasher movie to me. Even more so than Halloween 5? I mean, I like Halloween 5. I do. I do. I like I like Halloween 5. I do think though, conspiracy Halloween 6 captures the autumn, the fall season a lot better than Halloween 5. Halloween 5, despite I don't love Halloween 5. I like Halloween 5. But I think a lot of Halloween 5 looks like it could have been shot in the summer, and they made no intention to hide that. While Halloween 6, in my humble opinion, has a great autumn feel, a great fall feel. But I don't like the Curse of Thorn. I never did, never will. Conspiracy Trifecta says Halloween 5's biggest issue is lack of plot. I'll tell you what, Conspiracy Trifecta, Halloween 5's biggest issue is a lack of plot. And Conspiracy Trifecta follows up with, it's pretty insulting, actually. Car Falls, I like Tina from Halloween 4 and 5. Tina wasn't in Halloween 4, my friend. Tina was in Halloween 5. Do you know something, Conspiracy? When you say Halloween 5's biggest issue is the lack of plot, and let me ground this, okay? Let me ground this. When you say Halloween 5's biggest issue is a lack of plot, it could be argued that Halloween 5 and Halloween 6, let me ground this, Halloween 5 and Halloween 6, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. But you will get a lot of Halloween fans out there who claim, and I know where they're coming from. I am not one of the fans, but I would understand if somebody said to me, a staunch Halloween fan said to me, Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 have the most plot. Because apart from that, Halloween 3 shit aside, Halloween 1, 2, and 4. Okay, Halloween 4, Halloween 2 even brought in the family thing, the sister, the niece, but that was it. Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 brought in, could be argued, and I would be happy to hear this argument that Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 maybe, just maybe, it's closer than you think. Paul Rudd. No, people could say, it could be argued, Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 have more plot when it comes to the Curse of Thorn and all that shit than all the other Halloween films put together. It's a case to be argued. I'm not going to agree with that, but it could be argued. Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 have more of a plot than all the other Halloween films put together. A guy in a white mask stalking babysitters with the... Let it be grounded. I'm grounding this, okay? I'm not one of those people. But it could be argued, and it's an argument I would love to hear. What do we have here? Make sure I don't miss any. Yep. David White, can't stand her. Tina, well, the character of Tina is very annoying, but I think the actress who played Tina gets a lot of shit for doing what she was told to do. But yeah, I can't stand her either. Carl Foles, she's cool in my opinion. Carl, if you love Tina, you love Tina, but she was not in Halloween 4, my friend. Thank God. Uh, Conspiracy Trifecta says that's why they threw in the man in black. Because the director, yeah, because the director knew his movie wasn't interesting. Yeah, they did at the last minute. They knew they had to do something. Oh, let's just throw in the man in black. Yeah, they knew Halloween 5 was. I like it. I don't love it. I like it, but yeah, they threw in the man in black. You're totally right, conspiracy. They threw in the man in black to add substance. Conspiracy Trifecta says Halloween 6 suffers from the exact opposite issues of Halloween 5. So Halloween 6 suffers from the exact opposite issues of Halloween 5. So I don't want to misquote you, conspiracy. What do you mean? Like Halloween 6 has too much plotline, and Halloween 5 has nothing? I don't want to misquote you. You're gonna have to embellish on that, conspiracy. My apologies, my friend. Carl Foles, Halloween 3 is a good movie. It is in its own right. I agree with you, Carl. It's a good movie. In my humble opinion, it's an okay movie. I wouldn't call it a great movie, a good movie, but it's not part of the franchise. But yeah, Carl, I see where you're coming from. Conspiracy Trifecta says also the Halloween 5 writer threw in all those mysterious plot lines without any true idea of what they actually were. Yeah, that is true. Um, it's famously said, or should I say, infamously said. We'll leave that up to the guy. Who was the director of Halloween 5? Dominique Gerard, Dominique something Gerard, whatever the fuck his name is. We'll leave that up to the guys who make Halloween 6. We just throw the man in black in there. But it's still a plot. No matter how shoehorned in that plot was, it's still a plot. And Halloween 6 all they had to work with is what Dominique left them with. Curse of Thorn. Conspiracy Trifecta says Halloween 3 is indeed my third favorite. I don't mind Halloween 3. It's just not part of the franchise. Message retracted. Okay. Conspiracy Trifecta says, yeah, Halloween 6 ends without any clear conclusion to what the hell was going on. And Conspiracy follows up with H2O also lacks of plot. Well, your first comment, Conspiracy, Halloween 6 ends without any clear conclusion to what the hell was going on. The theatrical version does. When we hear that scream, we know it's Loomis, but the producer's cut and the curse of Thorn being passed on, I can't stand this fucking plot. But the the curse of Thorn being passed on, Michael Myers becomes the man in black. Yeah. The producer's cut had an ending, but the theatrical cut really didn't. And like you say, conspiracy trifecta, Halloween, yeah, H2O also lacks of plot. The thing is with Halloween H2O, I think that was the intention. I mean, with Halloween H2O, um, I was pleased. I mean, I was. I was so pleased. I mean, 1998, I was 18 when that movie came out, roughly. I went to see it. I loved the idea. The curse of form was gone. And this was a follow up from Halloween 2, a direct sequel to Halloween 2. No more curse of form bullshit. And the simplicity of Halloween H2O is something I really love. So when you say trifecta, when you say H2O also lacks of plot, maybe that was the idea. And because, yeah, yeah. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I think both cuts end with more questions than answers. The theatrical one certainly does. But I think the producer's cut, yeah, Dr. Wynn, I think is supposed to be dead. I think Dr. Wynn is supposed to be dead, and the curse of Fawn has gone on to Dr. Loomis, and Michael Myers has become the Man in Black. So yeah, I mean, you see what I love about Halloween H2O. You that's one of the things I love about Halloween H2O is they got rid of all that shit. Conspiracy says H2O is way underwritten, in my opinion. Way underwritten, in my opinion. I think they went back to basics. I think that was the intention. Conspiracy. I think they wanted to go back to basics with H2O. No curse of Fawn. No nieces. Maybe maybe a nephew, Josh Hartnett, but I think that was the intention with Halloween H2O. So let's just bring things back to basics. And at the time, I loved it. I still really, really enjoy watching Halloween H2O far more than Halloween 6. David White says producers is just as more confusing, man. The damn ruins. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. That I hate myself. I can't. Yeah, the ruins. Yeah, and it is confusing. I think what I meant, David, uh, to embellish on that is just when we at the end of the theatrical cut, and I know this has something to do with Donald Pleasance passing away. May he rest in peace. Um, the theatrical cut ends with this. We know it's Loomis. We know Loomis is screaming. We see the mask and the green goop and the I think a syringe uh, in Michael Myers' mask. And then we hear Loomis and the scream and the scream and then the jack-o'-lantern goes out, the light inside. Yeah. It makes no sense at all. I remember watching that movie for the first time when I was either 15 or 16 years old and not having a fucking clue what they were going on about. From what I've seen of the producer's cut, it would have made more sense to me. I still wouldn't have liked it. I still would not have liked the producer's cut of Halloween 6. The end, the whole Curse of Fawn crap, I think it would have made more sense to me. But I do see where you're coming from, David. I do. Conspiracy Trifecta says, didn't really go back to basics for me. Pretty much has no suspense at all. Was way more polished also. Well, yeah, I mean, we're talking Halloween H2O. We're talking 1998. We're talking the era of Scream and the era of urban legend. You know, I mean, this is, if it weren't for Scream, there would be no Halloween H2O. There would be no urban legend. It was all Scream that did this. It was Scream that gave rebirth to the slasher movie. So when you say conspiracy, it didn't really go back to basics for me. Pretty much has no suspense at all. Do you know what? I think it does. Do you know what I think the most suspenseful scene in Halloween H2O is? This is a scene a lot of people I've spoken to think the movie could do without. The road, the truck stop, the road stop, the bathroom scene. Yeah? The mother and the mother's little girl. That, to me, is my favorite scene in the entire movie. It really is. Because when you talk about suspense, yeah, a good Halloween movie needs suspense. That scene had more suspense than the whole movie put together. Not the whole movie, but you know where I'm coming from. That truck stop scene, road stop scene, bathrooms, whatever the fuck it is. That is also, in my humble opinion, one of the most realistic scenes in any Halloween movie. I'm about to say LL Cool J them in any Halloween movie, because we see the mother opening up the store door and she sees Michael Myers in all his glory, and she doesn't do shit. And then she hears, I'm telling you something, I'm telling you a scene you've probably seen a million times, yeah? I just want to reiterate, we see the mother when she hears her daughter scream, the way the mother bursts that fucking door open, and no disregard, no regard for her own well-being. It's only for her daughters. That is realistic, my friend. I don't have kids, but I do have nieces and I do have nephews. I have great nieces and I have great nephews. I would do the same thing. In that moment, when she pushes open the door and Myers is standing there, and the mask is pretty fucking awesome there, in my opinion. When opens the door, doesn't do shit. As soon as she hears her little girl scream from the store next door, she is out there like a fucking bullet. She's boom. I love that scene. And there's quite a few people who you will talk to. You may be one of them. I mean, you may not be, you may be. I don't know. Some people say they could cut that scene from the entire movie and it wouldn't make any difference. Cut that scene from Halloween H2O, I would be more on your side when you say has no suspense whatsoever. That scene has so much fucking suspense. I don't care what Dave McRae says. I don't care what Wham say. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care I don't care what Champagne says. I don't even care what Drum Dum says. That scene in Halloween H2O is one of the most suspenseful scenes in all the Halloween movies put together. It's definitely the, yeah, yeah, it's probably among the top three suspenseful scenes in the entire Halloween H2O movie, if not the most one, if not the most suspenseful. Okay. Conspiracy Trifecta says, yeah, the theatrical, pardon me, cut ends before it ends, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it does. I think that has something to do with the passing of Donald Pleasance, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, Conspiracy Trifecta, the bathroom scene. Yeah. Well, you've heard what I think of it. David White says, I'd say in Halloween bathroom scenes, it ranks last in regards to suspense. Well, that's interesting, David, but that's your opinion, and you are more than entitled to it. David White, Myers is also like for Chris Durand, yeah. David White, Myers is also like 4'7". I don't know how tall Chris Durand is. I'm 5'10". I would say Chris Durand is either the same height as me or maybe a little bit taller. A little bit taller. I can't go by IMDb. Conspiracy Trifecta says Halloween 6 had a more suspenseful bathroom scene for me. Halloween 6? Bathroom scene. Remind me, Conspiracy, the bathroom scene in Halloween 6? Do you mean when the guy who lives in the Myers house gets his throat slit after coming out of the shower? I know that one. He's something Strode, and he has his throat slit after coming out of the shower. If you do mean that scene, Conspiracy, I love how how Myers. I don't know which one they were using, the Halloween 6 one, I presume. The the Halloween 6 mask looks fucking awesome in that scene when he's slitting the throat of the Strode kid. Pardon me. And we see Myers in the mirror. Love the way the mask looks in that scene. Conspiracy says with Jamie. Oh, okay. Not the one I'm talking about then. With Jamie and Baby, and Michael is coming down the stairs. Yeah, that's when we see Michael's shadow or silhouette shadow on. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I would say that's really fucking suspenseful, but I wouldn't say it's. I wouldn't say that's more suspenseful than the bathroom scene in Halloween H2O. But we can't all agree. If we did, it would be boring. But I know, yeah, it is. It is suspenseful with Myers opening up each store door. Yeah, yeah, it is suspenseful. It's a cool scene. That scene in Halloween 6, he's pushing open each door. I love that. Conspiracy Trifecta says Decker, Decker Shadow, had a pretty hilarious joke for that shower scene with the Strode kid. You know what? I've seen that review probably 10, 11, 12 times. Let me, pretty hilarious. Yeah. It was a long review because he reviewed the producer's cut as well, didn't he? Hilarious joke for the shower scene with the Stro kid. I can't remember it. I've seen it so many times and I can't remember it. I can't. I've seen it so many times. David White, is H2O your favorite? David, are you talking to me? You're talking to me? H2O is no. No, my favorite is Halloween, 1978. My second favorite is Halloween 4. Then probably Halloween 2. This does change. This does change. My favorite will always be the original. Halloween 4, sometimes I think is my personal favorite. So it creeps in there sometimes. So it's 1, 4, Halloween 2, 1981, Halloween 2, obviously. I like Halloween 2018, Halloween 5, Halloween 6, 6, 5, 5, 6. H2O is in there somewhere. Rob Zombie's first Halloween is okay. It's a Rob Zombie movie, but it's okay. I prefer The Devil's Rejects. I love The Devil's Rejects. I think that's a fucking awesome movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's H2 is the worst Halloween movie ever made, in my opinion. But no, Halloween H2O is not my favorite. But it's in there somewhere amongst the top 5. Conspiracy Trifecta says his girlfriend tells him to watch out for the boogeyman. It's ringing a bell already. And it cuts to the kid in the shower with his head right up to the faucet, and Decker dumps over it. Are you in there, boogeyman? Yes, I remember. Are you in there, boogeyman? Yeah, I remember it. Conspiracy is hilarious. It is hilarious. I've seen that review so many times. I can't believe I forgot. I love it. Yeah. Are you in there, boogeyman? Yep. Conspiracy Trifecta. Rob Zombie bathroom scene was also better. What? Better than the Halloween H2O? Rob Zombie bathroom scene. Oh, was that with Joe Grizzly? Joe Grizzly, bitch. Yeah. 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 Conspiracy Trifecta. Who washes their face like that? I know. I know. Would hurt my eyes. Yeah, it would hurt my eyes as well. Are you in there, boogeyman? Rob Zombie bathroom scene was, yeah. I know. I mean, this is why one of you guys, I can't remember who it was, asked me who my favorite YouTuber was, and you may have thought I was going to say Dave McRae, but it's not Dave McRae. I mean, McRae's standalone videos before, McRae Live and Two Dudes and all that. But no, if I really want to be entertained and I want to laugh and be informed at the same time, but really want to laugh, it's got to be Decker Shadow for me. Car Falls, it's Breakdown Palace Productions. Carl, okay. Carl, Carl, is this you from? It seems a little bit early to be you. It's 1:24 here in the UK. Car Falls, it's Breakdown Palace Productions. Car Falls, I'm not him. Okay, fair enough. My bad. Carl Falls, I'm not him. I'm saying that's my favorite YouTube channel. Breakdown Palace Productions has a great channel. A great channel. If nobody's checked out Breakdown Palace Productions yet, check it out. Great channel. Very off the cuff. Kind of, I'm gonna say kind of like mine, but yeah, great channel. Breakdown Palace. Conspiracy Trifecta says my favorite YouTuber is long gone from making videos. Conspiracy, did you not say that once before? I could be wrong, but it rings a bell. Your favorite YouTuber is long gone from making videos. I think you said that once before, and you may have gone on to explain who you meant. Yeah. I thought you did. Conspiracy. Yeah, I did. I thought you did. I can't remember who it was. My apologies for that. I can't remember who that was. Did they have a big following? Carl Fowler says, must be Angry Grandpa. I don't know who Angry Grandpa is. Carl? Conspiracy Trifecta says, I don't think I said who it was. You don't have to. You don't have to, Conspiracy. Conspiracy says, you're so close, Carl. Angry Grandpa. Nope. You haven't got to say it. I'm just sad for you that whoever it was has gone. Oh, what? All right, okay. JK, just kidding. It was Tony Michael, just kidding. Yeah. Conspiracy Trifecta says his name was, if I mispronounce this, please accept my apologies. His name was Haggy Rants. Haggy Rants. Well, I'm sorry, Conspiracy. You know, Haggy Rant, I think I'm pronouncing that right. If Haggy Rants is gone from YouTube, then my apologies. I mean, not my apologies, but my deepest sympathy. Conspiracy says he's good friends with Michael, Angry Grandpa's son. Conspiracy says he's don't dead. Well, he's not dead. Well, that's good. He's good friends with Michael. He's good. What? He's good friends with Tony Michael. David White. We're going to talk some Elvis. We're going to talk some Elvis? Question mark. Well, Q&A. Q&A, my friend. Q&A. Okay, it's 1:28 a.m. here in the UK. We are 2 hours and 4 minutes into the stream. Going to give it another half hour. So 2 a.m. here in the UK. I'm going to end the stream. I think it's. I think that's over well over 2 hours. I think that's pretty good for a Q&A. Conspiracy Trifecta says he got up to about 25,000 subs, but he had the greatest live show of all time. Conspiracy Trifecta follows up with No, Michael is the name of Angry Grandpa's son. Oh, not Tony Michael. Yeah, I was gonna say. Hey, Aurora has joined the chat. Welcome to the chat, Aurora. Hey to you, Aurora. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Conspiracy trifecta, not Tony Michael. Yeah. He had nothing to do with the horror community. No, he didn't. You're right. You're totally right. From what I've seen, although he's the reason I watched Halloween, and now I'm here. What, Tony Michael's the reason you watched Halloween? Well, that's cool. That's cool. If it hadn't have been for Tony Michael, you would not have watched Halloween, and you would not have been here. So that's great. Yeah, so the guy you're talking about, yeah, nothing to do with Tony Michael. Although he is the reason I watched Halloween and now I'm here. Well, that's cool. That is, I really mean that. Conspiracy Trifecta says, no, Haggy was. Only the first sentence was in regards to Tony. Oh, what? Conspiracy, I'm sorry. Now I know where you're coming from. Haggy is the reason you watched Halloween. When you said, no, not Tony Michael, the first part, yep, I misunderstood. So Haggy was the reason you watched Halloween. Well, hats off. Hats off to Haggy. I'd rather take my hat off to Haggy than I would to Tony Michael any day of the week. David White says, listen to any good Elvis tracks. David, tonight I was playing the PlayStation 3. I was playing a Tiger Woods game. And I did. I listened to, it was a compilation, an Elvis love song compilation. I know the guy said so many. I can't think of what this one's called. It wasn't Love Elvis. I know that much. But yeah, I listened to that, playing along with playing along on the PS3. Tiger Woods, yeah. Elvis was in the background. The Girl of My Best Friend, The Wonder of You, yeah, and all that jazz. Suspicion as well. I love that song, Suspicion by Elvis. Great song. I don't listen to that one often. Great song. Itchy, itchy. I need a shave. That's what it is. I need a shave. I always keep this shadow going. Whenever I try and clean, wet shave, I end up looking like Freddy Krueger. So I use an electric shaver and just, yeah. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I talk to him a couple of times a week. So that's good. Yeah, it is. That is good. But if you're in the mood for a solid 3-hour laugh, look up the Jeff Haggy Show, Scooter, and watch the one that's called the Jeff Haggy Show. Okay. Right. Dr. Wolfida? Jeff Haggy. I'm writing this down if you hadn't guessed. Jeff Haggy Show. Okay. And the, what was that? Kid Rock song. Yep. Dr. Wolfie, the Jeff Haggy Show, and Kid Rock. I've just put Kid Rock. I know it's got. I'm not going to forget that time. Conspiracy Trifecta says, love prank calls with scooter gone way too far. It sounds like it could be my kind of thing. It sounds funny. David White, any good live ones? Well, that's the thing with Elvis. I mean, yeah, I just can't help believing. I mean, I don't. They never had. They never had, get my words out in a minute. They never had a recorded version of Just Can't Help Believing because they took it straight from the Vegas show. Yeah. So yeah, that is on that CD I was talking about. The one I listened to tonight when I was playing Tiger Woods. Conspiracy Trifecta says the second comment is the rest of the title of the video. The second comment, gone way too far. Let me just write that down. Gone way too far. I think that's what you mean. Gone way too far. Gotcha, Conspiracy. Thank you. Jeff Haggy Show live prank calls with Scooter. Just gonna write Scooter. Dr. Warfeeder, Jeff Haggy, and yeah, Scooter, Gone Way Too Far, Kid Rock. I will try and find the time. There's plenty of it in this day and age, in this post-apocalyptic world. I will do my best. Okay, well, 1 a.m. 1 a.m., 36 minutes past the hour. 1:36 a.m. here in the UK. Yep. I think we'll stop at 2 a.m. So that's just over 20 minutes, something. But you never know. You never know. You never know. I was up early today. I had a dentist appointment. I think I mentioned it right at the beginning of the stream. I may not have done. I had a crown fitted, but I'm still awake. So there's no absolute guarantee this is going to end in the next 20 minutes. We'll see how it goes. But I do think if it did, 2 hours and 30 minutes or something is a good Q&A session. Conspiracy Trifecta says you're going down a deep hole of lore if you're gonna listen to the JHS. If you're any to go any further, I check out the hurricane relief episode. You're gonna learn of some interesting people. Well, I'm just gonna thank you, Conspiracy. I'm just gonna when I get round to it, and it will be soon, hopefully. I've got Jeff Haggy Show, Scooter, Gone Way Too Far. I'm just gonna check that one out. Oh, and the other one, Conspiracy says that would stalk the crew. I'm just going to go with the Scooter, Gone Way Too Far to begin with. David White, Bridge Over Troubled Water is a great live one. Yes. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm not. I was going to say I'm ashamed, but I'm not. I'm not ashamed to say. I think I prefer Elvis. Yeah, I do. I do. I prefer Elvis's live performance of that song than I do Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah, I do prefer Elvis's live performance of that song than I do Simon and Garfunkel. I do, yeah. Or was that just Art Garfunkel? Hmm. Conspiracy Trifecta says the episode called "The Crew Meet Scooter" is also funny because Jeff tells his DUI story, calls his lawyer about an ongoing situation, and meets the guy called Scooter. But I'll leave it there. You can tell me what you think next time. Yeah, I mean, depending how long the videos are, I will check out Scooter. I will just type in. I will YouTube Jeff Hagee Scooter gone way too far, and yeah, I'll let you know what I think. Conspiracy. And thanks again for that. I will let you know what I think. I've also got Dr. Wolfula and that Kid Rock song. I've just put Kid Rock. Wata bata wata bang man. Whatever it's called. Aurora, are you still in the chat? Carl, are you still in the chat? I'm not too sure. If you guys are still here, feel free. It's a Q&A. Doesn't have to be about movies. Conspiracy says, like I said, it's about 3.5 hours to kill. It's a long video. It's also it's an audio show, like a radio show. Well, I'll check it out on YouTube. I'll let you know what I think. David White says his live stuff is my preferred listen. Yeah, I mean, Aloha, the Vegas shows. It's funny when Elvis did a live show. I mean, we know he did record live versions of his recorded tracks, but it didn't really matter because it was just awesome anyway. I mean, like I said, Just Can't Help Believing was a live track, but it was the recorded version. If you know, it's the one that came out on all the CDs and vinyls, and I've never heard of any other version on vinyl, CD, cassette, whatever of it. I Just Can't Help Believing, apart from the one we all know, which was from Vegas. David White, Madison Square Garden, 1972, my favorite year. I thought that was okay. Oh yeah, David White, 75, the year I saw him. Yeah, I remember you saying, David, to say you've seen the King in action live. So jealous, and I mean that. I'm so jealous. Madison Square Garden, 1972. There is a CD, isn't there? A work colleague of mine had the Madison Square Garden CD. I haven't got that one. I haven't got, yeah. I'm aware of it, but I haven't got it. Yeah, 1975, the year I saw him. David White says, best Madison Square Garden concert available is the afternoon show of the Prince from Another Planet album. Chord title also. That could be the one. That could be, if it came out on CD, I had a work colleague a long time ago. I think a long time ago. I think that's the one he had. I think I can't be sure of it, but it was definitely Elvis from the Garden or something like that. I'm just looking. I've got a massive bag of CDs just down to my right hand side. All different. Pardon me. All different music. Pardon me. David White says, "An afternoon in the garden," where he's wearing a blue suit on the cover. I can't remember. Afternoon in the Garden sounds familiar. That does sound familiar. I'm going back about 6, 7 years. Yeah, at least I think 6 years to when a work colleague of mine had this CD. Hey, hey, hey. Remember, it's a Q&A, guys. It's a Q&A. I love the entertainment questions, movies, music. We've had a bit of politics in there. We've had a bit of COVID in there. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. It's been a great chat. 2 hours and 21 minutes in, 1:46 a.m. here in the UK. Conspiracy trifecta. Have you got COVID? No, I haven't. Conspiracy trifecta, because I haven't. No, I haven't got it. As far as I know. Apparently, 1 in 3 people can have that and not even know about it. No symptoms, no cough, no nothing. But 1 in 3 people can have COVID without even knowing it. David Wyatt, where do you buy your CDs? Amazon. Back in the day, in store. Have you heard of HMB? HMB. I bought a lot of CDs from HMB. I did buy a lot of secondhand used CDs from secondhand used CD stores. Quite a few of my Kiss CDs come from there. But now it's Amazon and maybe eBay every now and then. But I do prefer to buy new. eBay do sell new, and that's what I buy. But and at the moment, the way in this post-apocalyptic world we live in, it's got to be Amazon. Where else are you going to get them from? Amazon, eBay. If I just look into this bag of CDs I have right here, I'm going to pick a CD at random. You may love it, you may hate it. There's the first one that came to hand. Bon Jovi, Lost Highway. That's the first one that came to hand. I'm a big Bon Jovi fan. Excuse me. Conspiracy Trifecta says that's where I get merchandise too. Everyone does now. What, Amazon? Yeah. Even before the apocalypse, Amazon was the place. I mean, places are closing down, sadly enough. But I do remember the store I mentioned a minute ago, HMV. I could spend 2 hours easily, 2 hours just walking around. It's a big store. I could walk around just looking at all the DVDs and the Blu-rays and the CDs, and vinyl. And I may spend, sometimes when I had the money, over £100. £100 on DVDs and CDs, and we're never going to get those times back. Even if things return to normality, which is probably never going to happen, maybe 70% normality. But when it comes to Amazon and eBay and all the other ones thrown in together, we're never going to get those days back. Of what, if you ever enjoyed walking around a record store and, it's payday and you got some money on your hip, those days ain't coming back. Conspiracy Trafficker says, I'm a big Blu-ray fan. I am too. I never thought I would be. I don't think I'm ever going to get into 4K. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I see a lot of people complain about the cases and the blue color, but I must say I really dig it. I do too. The cases, because they're smaller? I mean, than DVDs? I think that's a plus. Conspiracy Trifecta, that's a sad reality to think of. Well, it is. It is. I mean, pardon me, my itchy eye. Very itchy eye. Yeah, it is. It is a sad reality, but it is reality. With or without the apocalypse, it was happening anyway. Yeah. Conspiracy Trifecta says the cold, hard truth. It is. Without the apocalypse, without COVID, it was happening. And like I say, I could easily spend 2 hours in a record store, just flipping through, even if I didn't buy anything, which was very rare. But even if I didn't buy anything, I could spend 2 hours in a record store, looking at all the Blu-rays and DVDs and vinyl but yeah, the cold hard truth. It is cold and it is hard, but it's reality. And now with the apocalypse, I call it that because that's the way I think of it. I've called it the apocalypse in other videos, but yeah, they're not coming back. Those times ain't coming back. David White, if they keep this up for much longer, people will rebel. David White, yes, they will. Yes, they will. I said this many times myself, David. They will. We have gone through thousands and thousands and thousands of years of gatherings. I mean, uh, look at the Colosseum. Look at the Roman Colosseum. Didn't lions and tigers used to fight human beings, the gladiators and all that business back? Yeah, people got together thousands of years ago. Even in, we could go back further. I mean, cavemen, cave women, they got together. You cannot wipe out, I don't care what any government in the world says, you cannot wipe out thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years of evolution, because that's what it is. It's evolution. You can't wipe it out. And like you say, David, people will rebel. If they try and wipe it out, we're not used to being caged up like animals. I'm not saying animals should be caged up. I'm just saying human beings are, we're not used to this. Thousands of years of evolution, we're not used to this. So yeah, David, if they keep this up for much longer, people will rebel. I've said that myself. I've said it to friends. I've said it to family. I totally agree. I totally agree. People eventually will rebel. David White says, I'm sorry you guys don't have guns in case you need to, or text your home or rats against. How do you pronounce that word again? Tyrannical? Tyrannical government. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I'm not sure it's going to come to those lengths here in the UK, but if it becomes a global uprising, then that could happen. I'm not saying I want it to happen. I want things to go back to normal. And I think up to the point of 70% within the next few years, 70% will be back to normal without any uprising, without rebelling. Conspiracy Trifecta says, believe it or not, there's also evidence that they would that they would fill it up with water and have shit battles. They would fill it up with water and have shit battles. Are you joking, conspiracy? I think you are. I think you make it a funny conspiracy. What do you mean? Fill the world up with water and have shit battles against each other? I think you make it a funny. Conspiracy Trifecta says that's what we were taught in history class. Yeah, it's not going to go that far. The Roman Colosseum. The Roman Colosseum. Yeah, I mean, when I said that, conspiracy, I was just talking about people getting together and enjoying entertainment together. I mean, that's not the kind of thing I would like to see what happened at the Roman Colosseum. Um, I'm talking about social gatherings. That's all I meant when it comes to that. To rule out social gatherings altogether, or try and say like The 4th of July, yeah? You plan on celebrating your country's birthday, and then somebody comes along and says, no, you're not doing that. No, you're not allowed to. We're going to fine you. We may even put you in prison for celebrating your country's independence. Not going to work. Not going to fly. Conspiracy Trifecta says, my previous 3 comments were all in regards to the Roman Colosseum. I didn't catch on to that, Conspiracy. Sorry. Trifecta follows up with, was just coming with some quick trivia. Good trivia, because I didn't pick up on that one at all. David Wyatt says, that's why the Union broke off from England. They had crazy, miserable policies. Are you talking about Brexit, England and the EU? I'm not sure if you're talking about England and the EU, David, but yeah, I mean, if you are, the vaccination rate here in the UK would be a lot lower if we were still part of the EU here in the UK. Conspiracy Trifecta, America's independence. Well, you're from USA, Conspiracy, aren't you? I think. David White, Revolutionary War. Okay, you guys are digging deep now into this stuff. Oh, yeah, okay, David. That's why the Union broke off from England. They had crazy, miserable policies, revolution. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the revolutionary? I thought you were talking about Brexit. You must have. You've heard of Brexit here in the US. Conspiracy Trifecta. That's what David is talking about. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't get it. I thought David was talking about the whole Brexit crap. I shouldn't really call it crap, because if England or the UK were still part of the EU, the vaccination, I mean, we're leading the way when it comes to vaccination rates here in Europe. But if we were still part of the EU, mark my words, the UK would be right at the bottom. David White says that was Boris' whole campaign to break off from Brexit, wasn't it? It was, yeah, it was. It was. David White says you seem like a centrist kind of guy. I am too. Yeah, I must admit, when we did break away from the EU, I never expected the kind of things to happen that happened. No one could have expected, well, maybe, but no one would have ever expected this. No one would ever expected to live in, I know I repeat this, an apocalyptic world. And I thank God we're not part of the EU anymore, because if we would not be leading Europe in the amount of vaccinations that have already taken place. It's because we're not part of one of the reasons we're leading in Europe is it's because, ironically enough, we're not part of Europe anymore. We're not part of the EU anymore. David White says, has Boris been Prime Minister before? because he was real popular in the polls. He was the mayor of London, and he was, from what I've heard and what I've read, I can't give you stats, I've forgotten, but Boris was the mayor of London, and he was a shit show of a mayor of London. But no, he's never been prime minister before. He didn't have much to beat. The Labour leader, what was his name? Jeremy Corbyn? Yeah, Jeremy Corbyn was the Labour leader when they went head to head. And Boris, Conservative. Boris didn't really have much to beat. Jeremy Corbyn was kind of strange. Conspiracy Trifecta says that Boris Johnson guy kind of looks like Trump. And no, he doesn't, because he doesn't wear fitted suits. Hello. I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding. Have you ever seen Trump without a fitted suit? Boris Johnson, I don't think they could make a suit for Boris Johnson. Not just because Donald Trump is, overweight. Boris Johnson is overweight. Nothing to do with that at all. Nothing to do with that at all. It's just Boris Johnson hasn't got the figure you can build around, even with all his money. And Boris Johnson's worth over $3 million. I know Trump is a billionaire, but Boris Johnson's worth about just over £3 million, I think, which would work out in American dollars to what, 6 million? David White says, I will say Trump looked way better before 2020. By the time the debate rolled around, you could tell he had gone through a lot of stress and probably stress eating. Yeah, Donald Trump hasn't got the greatest diets in the world. Who has? Yeah, okay, some people, whatever. Nothing wrong with eating well, but I couldn't eat like a rabbit myself. I couldn't do that. But there's nothing wrong with a good diet. But eating like rabbit food, not for me. David White says Trump actually was thin for his height in 2016, if I recall. How tall is Donald Trump? I would have said Donald Trump was like 6'1", 6 foot tall, maybe. Donald Trump. How tall is Donald Trump? Conspiracy Trifecta. 6'3". Really? Is 6'3" Donald Trump? Is really? This isn't like the Kane Hodder is 6'7" tall debate, is it? Trump is really 6'3"? Tall guy. I didn't realize he was that tall. It says 6'1" max. David White says he seemed bigger than life in person. Lots of charisma, that guy. Yeah, he did. Like I said, back in 2016, I used to watch the rallies on YouTube. A lot of them live. And yeah, it was like a rock concert. Even here in the UK. Who else would get off Air Force One to the sound of Survivor's Eye of the Tiger? I know that wasn't 2016, that was during the last campaign, but wow. Trifecta, LOL. Yeah. Conspiracy trifecta. Remember, yeah, I was just thinking of that when I said "Eye of the Tiger." I was thinking about, remember he danced to YMCA. Hard to forget that one. Yeah, very hard to forget. So yeah, I do remember. But at least Donald Trump had a fitted suit to do that shit in. David White says was a straightforward guy, at least. LOL. Well, he did say, didn't he? Ad nauseum. If I don't sound like a politician, it's because I'm not one. But you never know. You never know. I mean, I doubt it, but you never know. Biden could do well. I should, Biden and his people, or should I say, the people of Biden. We'll see. When it comes to July, we'll see. I say July for a reason, and I've already said earlier in the stream why I say July. We'll see. We'll see. It's all a waiting game. Conspiracy Trifecta says Trump does wear pretty huge ties, though. Does he? I haven't noticed that. David White. I'll be surprised if Biden's even in there by then. What? By July? I think he will be. I'm I'm here in the UK. I'm here in the UK. I don't know. I think he'll still be in there by July and out by August. But you never know. You never know. You, you never know. See, because I don't live in the USA, I look at the front covers of magazines. I see Biden's face, and I see headlines like, "This is the man who's going to rebuild America." I don't live there, so but I do watch quite a bit of news. Not so much anymore. Not since the apocalypse. It depresses the shit out of me. But yeah, even after the apocalypse, yeah, we'll see. It's it's a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. David White says he did crush Hillary in the debates. The 2020 election had an angry slant to it because of the state of the world. Yeah, it did. It did. But watching back so much, I missed about how Trump debated Biden the first time. Oh, what do you mean? Like, I remember in one of Trump's rallies, well, probably more than one, lose to this guy? I can't lose to this guy. Or should I say? Wait a minute, David White was pretty brilliant. The second one was all Trump from the start, though. Oh, those debates. David White, Mike Pence crushed Kamala too. Uh, um, yeah, the the debates, the debates. Yeah, they did get fucked up because of social distancing and all that crap, didn't they? All these hearts are broken. He didn't either. He didn't either wink. All these hearts are broken. Thank you for still being with us, and feel free to comment. This isn't all about movies or music or politics or COVID. It's a Q&A. All these hearts, we're broken. I didn't even know you were still here, my friend. But thank you. But what about your minutes will be taken away? You had no truth. The truth is here. The truth is here, my friends. It's not there. Under the Biden administration, your hopes and your dreams will be shattered one by one. Once upon a time, and once upon a time, your dreams once lived under the Trump administration, which will be long gone under the Biden administration. Okay. I cannot do Trump like McRae. But that's the best I can do. Guys, it's the way it is. It's the way it is. I do know one thing though. When people started doing Donald Trump impersonations, I was the one, the first person to with this business, and I never saw anybody imitate Trump with the hand. This, I never saw anybody do that. David White, never heard a spot on Trump. I think, me neither, to be honest, David. I think there is a comedian who can do a pretty good one. Is it Alec Baldwin? It could be one of the Baldwin brothers who does a pretty spot on Trump. I'm not too sure. I've heard a good one on YouTube somewhere. Could be Alec Baldwin, but don't quote me on that. I mean, if you want to talk about Boris Johnson, and now we have a foot on the throat of the beast. We cannot allow this pandemic to break out because we are under control. We are under control of the pandemic. The pandemic will not rule us. We will rule the pandemic. We will have our foot on the throat of the beast, and our pandemic will one day be gone. Will be gone, and it will be gone in all our time. In all our time, we will all see the end. We have our foot on the throat of the beast, and it will be gone. It will be gone. Conspiracy trifecta says, who was your favorite prime minister? Tony Blair. He came into power in 1997 when I was 17. Tony Blair from the Labour Party. David White, you better watch out. They'll probably kill you for that. Well, if they do, yeah. What do you mean, like Boris and all that lot? If they do, aim here. Aim here. And don't fucking miss. Conspiracy trifecta. Are there term limits in the UK? Good question, conspiracy. The same party can go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. With the same leader forever and ever. In the USA, I believe it's the same president, I think, yeah, can have 2 terms. Yep, the same president can have 2 terms, but then the same party can carry on, whether it be Democrat, Republican. They can carry on, as far as I know. Here in the UK, you can just carry on and on and on. Same leader, same party, whether it be Labour, Conservative, same leader, same party. So are there term limits in the UK? Not really, no. Just carries on. We're going to be I think here in the UK, we're going to be under Conservative power for a long time to come. Hey, Peter Mataraz. Peter, I'm always going to mispronounce your last name, my friend. Peter Maltazars. Peter, hey man, how's it going? How are you going, Peter? That's the question. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not too bad. Having a good stream, having a great chat. How are you, Peter? And thank you so much for joining in. David White, yeah, you can't go past 2 terms and they're selected afterwards as VP and the president gets impeached. Yeah. Resigns or dies. The VP can finish their term. Okay. The vice president can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's very different here in the UK. Very different here in the UK. We had a leader, you probably know her name, Margaret Thatcher. I think she led the UK under a Conservative government for about 17 years. Sorry, guys. There we go. Laptop nearly Laptop nearly lost power. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I think the maximum is 10 years. Not here in the UK. Conspiracy Trifecta, heard of her. What, Margaret Thatcher? Yeah. Yeah, she was a bitch. By the way, conservatives, aim here, I don't miss. Hey, Peter Maltazars. Hey, I'm doing great. That's great, Peter. Good to hear. Have plans for 3 films to make. Cool. Obviously, my sequel to Rob Zombie's H2, a Scream fan film, and a Batman fan film. Trying to schedule the time at work on all 3. Do you know, Peter, I think maybe best if you can to schedule one at a time. I think maybe that's what you mean, and I'm just misreading what you're saying or misunderstanding what you're saying. But trying to schedule the time of work on all 3, I wouldn't do that. I mean, the way you sequenced it is a sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. a Scream fan film and a Batman fan film. I mean, a Batman fan film? That is going to take up a lot of your time, my friend. That is going to take a lot of time and a lot of money. Maybe concentrate on that one first. Uh, Peter follows up with, yeah, I'm working on my Rob Zombie H2 sequel at the moment. Stick with that one then. Stick with that. I wouldn't work on all three at the same time, along with whatever you do for a living, because that's just too much. Dedicate yourself to one project and then move on to the next. It's just my opinion, though. Conspiracy Trifecta says, I've got stuff coming to my channel hopefully this year. Can't wait to see it, Conspiracy. Cannot wait to see it, my friend. David White, especially a Batman fan film, might be biting off more than you can chew. I mean, that's the first one the first one that took my eye is, yeah, the Batman fan film. That's a lot. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. I mean, a Batman fan film, you're going to have to get, I mean, to begin with, you're going to have to find a pretty good suit for Batman. Peter says, yeah, David, oh, okay, yeah, David, that's why it'll be a very grounded Batman film. It'll have more of a Tarantino vibe to it. I like the sound of that. That sounds cool. Want to make it as realistic as I can. Yeah. Well, good luck to you, Peter. But concentrate on one at a time, yeah? If you're doing, like you said, the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 sequel, concentrate on that. Car Falls, will it have the multi molecules? Carl, I'm not sure if you know or not, is Breakdown going online tonight? But yeah, Peter, concentrate on one at a time, my friend. I'm not a filmmaker. Uh, I used to write. I used to write short stories. I've never written a script, but I used to write short stories. I can't even imagine writing three short stories at once. Yeah, put your passion into one and concentrate on that. Peter says, yeah, for sure, man. Just cooking up the main ideas for the other films, but my H2 sequel is the top on my priority list. Yeah, concentrate. Yeah, definitely. Concentrate on that one. And then, yeah, just the Batman one's going to be hard and expensive. Car Falls, he usually does on Thursday, but not sure what time. Thank you, Car. And oh, by the way, Peter, you said a Scream fan film, didn't you? But you know what? And if I was to work on those three films, a Rob Zombie Halloween 2 sequel, which I wouldn't ever do because, in my humble opinion, it doesn't need a sequel. But if it, let's just say, for argument's sake, I was a Scream fan film Rob Zombie Halloween 2 sequel, and a Batman one, and a Batman fan film. I'll probably concentrate on the Scream one first. Not because it's going to be the easiest to make, but it's going to be the easiest to make. In my humble opinion, Batman's a lot. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I'm not sure. Peter? Have you made any fan films before? If you haven't, maybe. I mean, if you're in pre-production, you're writing the script for. If you're writing the script for, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 sequel, then carry on with that. But that's not the one. If I had all three of those movies to work on, that's not the one I'd have began with. Conspiracy Trifecta says Rob Zombie H2 is already a pretty fulfilling ending for me. So I'll be optimistic on what you can come up with. But my opinions on Rob Zombie's Halloween. I mean, Rob Zombie's Rob Zombie. I really don't think Rob should have ever been approached with Halloween. But I do like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007. Not Rob Zombie's H2. Not big. No, not for me. Not for me. Conspiracy Trifecta, you should watch Dave's video on how to make a successful Indiegogo campaign. That's good advice coming from Conspiracy Trifecta. Yeah. Peter, Conspiracy's got a good idea. I think Conspiracy, you're talking directly to Peter there, so if I got involved, I'm sorry, but that is good advice. Dave knows what he's doing. David White, I hope it has a David White. David White, I hope it has unicorns in it, like Rob Zombies did. Well, they only came along in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Christ, what was the guy thinking of? Peter Maltzar's, actually, it won't be as expensive as you think. I got a friend who will be building the Batsuit. He has a lot of experience. The Batmobile will be CGI. You're thinking big, Peter. You're thinking big, and there's nothing wrong with that, my friend. Think big. The Batmobile will be CGI. Well, the Batsuit is what matters. The Batsuit, in my humble opinion, is more important than any Batmobile. Peter follows up with, I have not made a fan film, but I have worked on other independent films. Well, that's experience. You can't just dive in at the deep end. We all need experience. Peter Maltzar says, oh, David, trust me, there will be dragons. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That there'd be yeah, that'd be a fucking mess. Yeah. Just like the horse shit in H2O. H2O? H2. Yeah. Conspiracy Trifecta says CGI is expensive if you want it to look good. It is very expensive. Very expensive. And depending how much screen time you want this CGI Batmobile to have, I mean, it's going to cost a lot. I would have started with Scream. But if you got your heart set, Peter, on the Rob Zombie thing, and you're in pre-production or you're writing the script, you're in production of a sequel to Rob Zombie's H2, then my my heart goes out to you. Best of luck. See, yeah, it is expensive if you want it to look good. One thing I will say to that conspiracy trifecta: sometimes CGI, no matter how much you pay, always looks shit. Always looks shit, no matter how much you pay. It could be a Marvel production, and it still looks like crap. But I know where you're coming from, trifecta. Peter Mousars, yes, it is pretty expensive, but luckily, I got another friend who is great at CGI. Well, that's good, and actually has a Batmobile model built. Well, that's a good beginning. That's a good start when it comes to the Batmobile. Peter follows up with, it won't have a lot of screen time. Oh, there you go. But the Batsuit's got to look good. Like I said, the Batsuit is more important than the Batmobile. If if the big guns can turn the Batmobile into a tank and people buy it, then why can't you? Conspiracy Trifecta says Justice League is a good example of them pouring millions into CGI and it's sucking. See, I haven't, I've only seen bits and bobs of Justice League and the Amazing Spider-Man films. I've had the Amazing Spider-Man films on DVD for about 4 years, and I still haven't watched them. But I do remember when they were advertising the Amazing Spider-Man movies on TV, and to me, it just looked like a very good computer graphic. CGI. We know it. Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, bringing it back to basics. That's what it is. But the Amazing Spider-Man and Part Two, they just look like computer graphics. Like I'm playing, I don't know, a PlayStation 4 game or something. Peter says the Batsuit will resemble Patterson's in the Batman. Well, I don't mind the look of Patterson's suit in the Batman. I just think Patterson was the wrong choice for Batman. But the suit looks okay. Justice League sucked ass. Well, I can't comment on Justice League, but I'm not big on these massive CGI extravaganzas. So, Conspiracy Trifecta, it's so bad, such an ugly movie. That's the thing. They go over the top with CGI. Fuck movie making. Let's just throw as many special effects into the audience's faces and we'll take their money. That's what it's about. When it comes to those movies, I can't talk too much about Marvel or DC. I don't know that much about those movies. But whenever I see an advertisement, whenever I see a trailer, the CGI just puts me off. It's too much. It's too much. Like you say, conspiracy, ugly, ugly. Peter says, I wouldn't even call that a movie, man. Are you talking about the Justice League? Conspiracy Trifecta says, was also a rush movie in general. Should have happened after like 10 films. From what, if you're talking about Justice League, from what I've heard, I agree. Build the characters, yeah. Peter says, yeah, that's why I'm kind of learning. Oh no, leaning. My apologies. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards the realistic superheroes like Batman, Green Arrow. I love the grounded superheroes. They feel way more realistic. While I'm a Spider-Man, Superman, Batman guy, Peter follows up with, in my opinion, the Marvel universe has gone to shit. Yeah. Why can't people make good movies anymore? Joker was phenomenal, though. Well, that's a different kind of Joker, isn't it? I mean, Joker's Joker. I mean, my favorite Joker will always be Jack Nicholson, but Joker was not that Joker. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, 3 hours and 15 minutes in, 2:40 a.m. That's 40 minutes more than what I said. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who chatted. Thanks for all your questions and queries and comments. Thanks, Conspiracy Trifecta, for being a mod. Thank you for what you do. And all your, obviously, all your comments and queries and questions. Fantastic. Everybody else, David White, Aurora, Peter, everybody who's joined the stream tonight. I'm forgetting some names. It's been a great stream, and I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have, because that's what counts. It's my channel, but it's your show, guys. Okay, let's just see. Last couple of comments. Conspiracy, have a good one. Only had to whack a few idiots. Conspiracy, let me know what you think of those videos. Got them written down. Peter says, all right, man, these are always fun. Have a great night. You too, my friend. You too. And thank you again for joining the stream. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.